This video is brought to you by Massdrop and the Massdrop X Sennheiser gaming headset. Why is Sony holding Fortnite accounts hostage across multiple systems? Is it money? Or maybe is it something else? If you play Fortnite, then you probably know a little bit about the PlayStation 4 versus Fortnite shenanigans that are going on right now. If you play on the PlayStation 4, then you already know right now that you cannot use your Epic account to play Fortnite on other systems such as the Nintendo Switch or the Xbox One. Sony has blocked that ability, and it's called crossplay. For a while, we had to speculate on if this was intentional and what was the reason behind it, but now Sony has actually kind of chimed in, or at least the former head of Sony has chimed in to answer that question. Is the technology just not there? Is it reasons of money? Is it reasons of relationships between different systems? What's the big reason? Well, John Smedley, the former president of Sony Online Entertainment, says it's about money, and that's it. Little tweet went out by Greg Miller yesterday that said, "Today I bought a Fortnite Battle Pass on my Nintendo Switch. I linked my Twitch Prime and my Xbox Live to this account. This makes my throwaway Epic Games account my main account. I don't understand your strategy, PlayStation." Obviously, Greg's being quite facetious here, and the plentiful use of quotation marks imply plenty of sarcasm. Basically, this tweet is him announcing his frustrations with this entire system and not being able to use his 4 money items that he bought on one system on a different system with the same Epic account. And this is the problem many people out there right now are having with Sony. Fortnite players want one unified account to use on every single console, and can you blame them? No! Who wouldn't want that as a competitive player, someone who plays games on multiple systems? This game is available on pretty much every system right now, so using one single account makes absolute sense because there are 4 money items in this game. It's a free-to-play game after all. What's the use of being able to play a game on multiple systems if you have multiple systems, but you can't use the same account? Especially in a game that requires you to sink hundreds and hundreds of hours to accumulate items if you're not paying real money, and a game that people are playing from multiple different consoles. There's no reason to download a copy of Fortnite on Nintendo Switch if you already have it on the PlayStation 4 because, well, you can't use that same account if you want to use your Nintendo Switch on the go, to take it mobile style, on the train, on the bus, wherever you want to go. Just not possible. You gotta start all over, and that has a lot of implications for Fortnite players. We want to play the same game on the same account with multiple systems, of course, because we have friends who play on different systems. We have different systems in our house. We have different systems where we go and travel. It doesn't make sense to block off content and your entire account, for God's sakes, to a single system, especially in a free-to-play game. So the community's attitude right now is, why can't I do this? And what's making people really mad is the fact that this technology we have found is already there. For a brief moment in time, you could play Fortnite on multiple systems with the same Epic account, but then Sony magically just got rid of it and hotfixed it immediately out of the system and out of the equation. So the technology is there. So why did they actually take it out? So as it stands right now, no crossplay between PlayStation 4 and any console. Well, John Smedley, the former CEO of Sony, had something to say about Greg's tweet. He literally responded to him on Twitter. He said, "When I was at Sony, the stated reason internally was money. They didn't like someone buying something on an Xbox and it being used on a PlayStation. Simple as that. Dumb reason, but there it is." He then went on and said, "If we keep up the pressure, this problem goes away." So clearly he's hinting at the fact that issues of crossplay and major internal issues with companies right now that are being spoken out by the gaming community and frustration can be rectified. They can be changed, and we can change their minds. It almost sounds like the exact same situation that EA was in with Battlefront 2 in 2017. The fact that they released this atrocious system in the game for micro-gambling, and then we basically fixed it by community outrage. So if you play Fortnite on the PlayStation 4 and you do not like this integration, or I guess lack of integration between consoles and your one Epic account, then speak out. Say something, comment down below, make a post on Reddit. We can bring about the change that we so desperately want in this industry if we band together and form a unified message. But the thing that really rubs people the wrong way in this regard, though, is that Sony actually responded to this in the past by saying, "We're always open to hearing what the PlayStation community is interested in to enhance their gaming experience." But we as gamers know that this is not true. This is tomfoolery, because we did speak out. We did want the change to happen. And Sony just basically sent us this blanket statement with no follow-up leading up to right now. I think that's what gets gamers really upset these days, is when they see these kinds of statements out there, especially by Sony and these big companies, and we don't see the change. We just know deep down that they're saying this just to appease us, just to get us to shut up, just to get us to kind of believe that they may fix it in the future, when in fact they're really not even thinking about it at all. These words are just blanket PR statements, and no real change comes from them. Change comes from change comes from implementation, and I don't think we're seeing a lot of that from Sony in terms of the Fortnite situation. I think we're at the point in 2018 where game companies out there and game publishers need to be more straight up with us as gamers, because we just don't care about this fluff. We don't care about being talked to as if we're children, and we don't care about companies out there just releasing statements that we know are just a bunch of BS. If this is about money, just say it. Say we want to protect our company, we want to protect our brand, and we want to protect our position in the market. Just say it. I think that would go over a lot better than kind of beating around the bush and lying to gamers and trying to trick gamers into believing something that is not actually true. Of course, that is just a pipe dream, and that will never happen, but hey, you know what? One can dream. Right now, Sony seems less than keen on allowing crossplay and their Epic account integration among multiple platforms, so if you're looking forward to playing Fortnite on multiple consoles, and you want to play with your friends on different consoles, and you want to take it on the go with the same account you've been playing on for 8,000 hours, too bad, Sony will not let you. We'll never know the true reason, we'll never know what's going on behind closed doors, but if John Smedley's tweet is any indication, then it's 100% absolutely about money. And yeah, as a gamer today in 2018, I think there's a lot of stuff driven by money. Just once again, it's just not about the gamers. Gamers get put last. And I think from Sony, we do expect better, because we do look at Sony as quite the industry leader, and they are not in the news for doing dirty stuff usually, so this is quite surprising coming from them. And I imagine many people out there feel very betrayed, especially people who have sunk many hundreds of hours into their favorite game, which may in fact be Fortnite. Yes, there are issues of stability, yes, there are technical issues among different systems, and yes, there are issues with Epic Games as well in their relationship with Sony, but all of those issues can be ironed out to bring this core feature to gamers. The fact that it is not being brought to gamers has nothing to do with those issues, because those issues have been fixed with Microsoft, with other systems, with other games. Right now, it's clear that the issue is money. And I find this very surprising, because Sony is at the top of its game, it has fantastic games, and it is outselling every single other console on the market. So why shackle this feature with the most popular game on the planet, by the way, to make people unhappy? I don't understand it. But the reality is, many decisions in this video game industry get made without having the gamer first mentality in mind. They're made with the pocketbook, and they're made by the suit and tie sitting in the nicely air-conditioned facility of a Sony, of an EA, of a big corporate building. It's the reality of the video game industry, where business meets fun, and where gamers sometimes get left in the dust. And this is one of those examples. But the final takeaway for me, though, that might shed some light on this issue to kind of explain all of this, is where the PlayStation 4 is in the market right now in relation to Microsoft. Sony is leading the console market 2-1 between them and Microsoft, meaning they're selling twice the amount of units than the Xbox One. So is the reason Sony is restricting this because they don't need this competitive advantage, when in fact Microsoft absolutely does? If you think about it, why would Microsoft allow crossplay between Epic accounts on its systems and other systems as well? Because it needs more Xbox sales, because it needs more exposure to its system, because it's 100% just getting destroyed by Sony. This may be the answer, because Microsoft really needs to offer a lot of incentives for people to pick up their system, when in fact they're not really releasing any nice first-party games, any exclusive games right now. They've got to put more into it to get gamers on board with their system. So this could definitely be the issue. Sony just doesn't want to deal with it because they don't have to, because they're selling their systems like hotcakes, Yet Microsoft really needs this integration to get people to play their version of Fortnite on their console. It's difficult to say, but at the end of the road, it's still not a good decision by Sony in the long term because you're just pissing people off and you're restricting gameplay on your system. But either way, currently right now, it seems to be about the money. What's going on, guys? This video is brought to you in part by the Sennheiser PC37X headset. Now, I wanted to promote this product because I've got a history of not being able to find the right headset for me. It's incredibly lightweight. It's got an automatic mic switch off if you go vertical, and it's got a nice open-ended design in the back, so it's very pleasant when you play video games. If you guys are looking for a high-quality gaming headset at a great price and a very competitive price, this is definitely the one. Over 10,000 people have bought this gaming headset off Massdrop, and it has a near 5-star rating. Massdrop also carries a bunch of other gaming items at the lowest price by doing what are called group buys and special collaborations with manufacturers, so you're always guaranteed the lowest price possible. So if you want a nice minimal headset with a lot of clarity, go to the link in the description or the link you see on your screen right now to support myself and Massdrop with their Sennheiser PC37X headset, as well as anything else gaming related, because Massdrop is the home to gamers and technology alike. So let me know what you guys think about this topic down below in the comment section, and if you enjoyed the video, go ahead and like it and subscribe here for more of our future content, because I do upload videos almost daily at this point. So thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. Have a fantastic day, and we'll see you in that next video. Peace, love, and happiness until then.